Hey, I'm Anna Matos with Dark Horse Marine, and today we're going to talk about prepping your new anchor rod. So if you ordered an anchor rod from us, when you open it, you might have noticed the sticker on here with the instructions. I'm going to walk you through what each step entails. If you're not using a windlass for your anchor rod, you don't have to do any of this. This prep only pertains to people who have a windlass because we want to protect the rope the first couple times you use it while you're breaking in your rope. The first line reads, once the rope is wet or removed from this box, it cannot be returned. We had to put this on here because a lot of customers would get their new anchor rod and without checking to make sure they ordered the right size, they would load it into their anchor locker only then to discover that the size was wrong. But once it's in the anchor locker, it's dirty and it's wet and it is not returnable. So we're doing this for your benefit. If you ordered the wrong size, we want to make sure we check it now so that if need be, you can return it and get the size that you need. This brings us to step one. Before unpacking, check the rope and chain for size before taking it out of the box by pulling the chain out and checking it for fit in your chain wheel. So this is what that looks like. On our workbench, we have a 1/4 inch or 7mm chain wheel. If I ordered the wrong size and I ordered 5/16, this is the most commonly misordered size. So if you have a 1/4 inch chain wheel and you ordered 5/16 chain, when you place it in, you will see that it sits outside of the pockets. And even though you might be able to get like one inside the pocket, you can see that it's just oversized. It's not gonna fit in there. And what happens is that even if it can grab it a little bit, these oversized links could snag your pressure band or your pressure finger, which sometimes sits like this, or damage your pressure band if you have one inside your windlass. So 5/16 in a 1/4 inch chain wheel does not work. This is 5/16 in a 5/16 chain wheel. Look at that. Like a glove. It is a perfect fit. You can see how well it aligns with the pockets. If you ordered 1/4 inch chain and you do have a 1/4 inch chain wheel, it's going to look like this. You see the same thing where it's literally made to fit this size chain. So this is what we want to see. The chains fitting into the pockets. So that is a good fit on 1/4 inch chain and a 1/4 inch chain wheel. If you undersized your chain and you ordered 1/4 inch and you have a 5/16 chain wheel, this is what it looks like. It sinks in really far. And honestly, this might work for a little while. This chain wheel could possibly pull in undersized chain, but you're putting a lot of strain on each chain link, and you can see that it doesn't fit well. You can fit almost 2 chain links in each pocket, so not a good fit. Ugh, it's hard to get out. Versus if you ordered 5/16 chain and you have a 5/16 chain wheel, it fits in there really well. So this is what we're looking for. For your 8-plate anchor rod, when you open the box, this is what you're gonna see. You're going to see the bitter end captured here just for convenience. And then inside, the chain is usually wrapped in paper so that it doesn't snag your rope. So you've now confirmed that your chain is the right size. We're gonna move that out, take out the paper, and now you have just the rope. So you can soak the rope right in this bag. Add fresh water or salt water. And now we're on step 2. Soak overnight prior to loading through your windlass. Salt water is best, fresh water is okay too, no fabric softener or detergent. So that is a big question we get asked. Should we use fabric softener or detergent? Because you read this online, people using this, but especially with 8-plate, what we're trying to do is actually toughen the rope up because it's so soft initially. So we do not want to use it. You most likely won't ever need to use that on your anchor line. You might need it on just the splice itself. If the splice ever gets really tight and you need to loosen it up, you can soak just that area, but 8-plate generally remains soft and malleable through the life of the rope. An important part of loading up your 8-plate is to make sure you load it up while it's wet. It usually takes about 2 to 3 times using your anchor rod before it really fully plumps up to the bigger size that we want it to be. So it's still gonna be soft after that first time. So if you load it while it's wet, it will help protect the rope. When it comes to finally loading your rope into your anchor locker, there's a few ways to do it. If you did not get a bitter end option, it's going to be taped and burnt so it won't fray. And this is the end that you are going to guide through your anchor roller. If you did get a bitter end option, I know this is 3-strand, but same option on all of it. You can have a soft loop, you can have a couple links of chain, or you can have a thimble. All of them will come with a stainless steel shackle. So this end will go through the bow roller. You're going to load it through the bow roller, around your gypsy, and through your hose pipe. Once it's inside, secure it to something inside your anchor locker. Either tie it off if you have a loop to tie it to, tie it off, attach it with the shackle if you have a bitter end option, or if you don't have anything inside your anchor locker, then make a monkey paw or some sort of knot that's too big to fit back out through the hose pipe, because the last thing you want to do is drop your anchor rod and lose everything. That is not a good feeling. Once it's secured and it's going around your windlass, use the windlass to flake it in. If you have a lot of rope that you are most likely not going to use, say you ordered 400 feet, but most of the time you're going to be using about 150, I would get at least half of that anchor rope in your anchor locker, and if you have room, shove it over, because what you want is the largest drop possible for the rope to come in. The gravity is what it needs, otherwise by the time the chain comes through with that splice, if it's too backed up, it won't make it up and over. What we are looking for is 10 to 12 inches of free fall by the time the splice comes through. Then attach your anchor using a shackle or a swivel. Use some Loctite on those threads or some seizing wire, and then hold your anchor while you pull it the rest of the way up so it doesn't just slam into the bow of your boat. Those are all of the steps that we recommend for checking for size, prepping your anchor rope, and loading your anchor rope into your anchor locker for the first time. If you have any questions, please drop them below. If you found this information helpful, please tap on the subscribe button so that you'll get a notification every time that we post another helpful video. Thank you.